If you know what harmony is and how it sounds like, but you don't know how to figure it out, here is how to start. Imagine harmony and your main melody like cables, so to have good cable management, they should never cross over. That would mean that the harmony is either above or below your melody. We don't cross them because then it would compete with the main melody. It sounds jarring, and unless you are doing this deliberately, it is generally advised against. If the main melody is Do, Re, Mi, Re, Do, then your harmony should not be La, Ti, So, Fa, Mi. It should be La, Ti, Do, Ti, La. Remember, good harmony is like good cable management. As an example, I'll be using the song Same Blue by Official Higedandism. This song was picked because most of the harmonies, it's blended really far back and there's a lot of instrumental going on in front. I had difficulty figuring out what were the exact words. So this may not be an exact replication, but when put together, sounds cohesive. For this exercise, I'm just going to go through the verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. So to tackle this front part, I sift out everything that sounds like an octave. So be it an octave higher or an octave lower, you can hear that it is an octave because the notes are in unison. Fill up those gaps first. Okay, let's hear the song. When you hear the main melody going na 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 na, right? There is one octave higher going na 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 na. Now you hear the octave part again, but you also hear this lower melody. Move on. The second half of the pre-chorus now, they change from the lower harmony to an upper harmony. They don't cross over, they start the new phrase as an upper harmony. So now that you know where all the markings are, you can start filling it in. I'm gonna try to be as articulate as I can. The phrase is na 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 na. A good harmony would start off with trying to follow the shape of the main melody, right? So here is an example of how my main melody looked like and how the final harmony looked like. Try to guess the first part. Na na na. That's Do, Re, Mi, right? If it's a lower harmony, it would go down. The easiest thing to guess first is a third interval, so it's Do, La, follow the curve. Na, na. Now try to sing it with the main melody. You can record it first. You hear it. If it doesn't sound correct, adjust the notes semitone by semitone until you carve out the most suitable. This second part has the same starting phrase as the first part that we solved. So copy paste your answer and then change the second half of it. Na, 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 na. Take the same distance between the notes, fit it into the lower harmony, see if it sounds good. Sometimes, at the end of the phrases, they want the harmonies to join back together, so it seems like you're like tying the ends of a chord. Chord, like C-O-R-D, not C-H-O-R-D, chord. Line. It sounds like it's joining back together into a unison. Maybe you want to end up with a na 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 na. See whether you want to branch out or put together. Take this formula, apply it to the remaining lower harmonies and upper harmonies. So an example of how sometimes they change the harmony to have a larger interval would be this section. So the phrase is na 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 na. So the general upper harmony, right, is na 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 na. But instead of na na na, they go na na na. That is where they changed the harmony. How can you tell? Because it sounds like something randomly just poked out and stabbed you. Move on. Sometimes the main melody gives you hints to the harmony. Example in the chorus. A progression from higher to low, right? So if you're doing a harmony, it should be low to lower. You can hypothesize that that second low part perhaps could fit into the harmony of the higher part instead. Pick one of those and then continue drawing the lines, and hopefully you will get a harmony. I hope this explainer video has been of some use. To recap what you have learned, cable management is important. Do not mix your melody lines with your harmony lines. They should stay clear and apart. Next, when approaching the song, map out the octaves and the harmonies. Clear the octaves first because they are easier to figure out. It's either one octave above or one octave below your melody. After clearing the octaves, move on to your harmonies. Find the root notes of the melody, all the do's, and trace the melody out. Map all the do's to either your upper third or lower third harmony. So that would be do, mi, or do, so, or do, la. After mapping out these points, connect the dots. If some parts are out of place, adjust them by a full note or a semitone. Do it until you are satisfied with your harmony. You may want to combine the notes nearing the end to reach a unison, so that signals the end of a phrase. Identify jumps in the melody, whereby you may need to change your anchor points to a larger interval. Try using information from the previous harmonies that you figure out in the song and see whether you can port them over to the other sections, because chances are melodies tend to be the same or roughly the same in verses, in choruses, in pre-choruses. All the best.